So I am trying out a webcam that I got from work because I have it now for my work computer, and because I'm here, I was like, I might as well plug it into this. So I feel like I'm looking kind of blotchy, but maybe that's the point of the webcam. I'm just gonna put my phone, sorry, onto do not disturb mode, so that way I can show off my photos and stuff without getting, emails, whatever notifications. I feel like that really annoys me when that happens. But I forgot to do it when I started going live because I realized I was running late behind schedule, for everyone who was going to watch live, which I say sarcastically since I announced it, I think 9 minutes before. So it's not like crazy. Um, oh, you know what's also throwing me off is it's not, or it's mirrored or it's flipped. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to figure out the webcam thing for sure, but, for now, I'll just be awkwardly, like, having the curtain is here, but it's there on the other camera. Anyways, whatever. Enough about me literally talking about nothing, which is, basically me live streaming every time, but whatever. Shout out to the airplane. I feel like I haven't heard, like, any airplanes today, and I know they're only gonna be flying for, like, another hour, if so, but there was one right now. And again, I also know last time I feel like there were some, like, Wi-Fi issues that I didn't notice until afterwards, so if you're watching and there's, like, cutting out or whatever, please comment in the chat so I can tell. Otherwise, I guess I'll find out sort of if I just kind of skim through it afterwards. But before I start this I grabbed the wrong pen. Oh, well, whatever. Um, I just wanna give an update. I know I haven't feel like I've gone over, like, my goals kind of, like, recently, and that's mostly because a lot of the goals I haven't made, like, the kind of, like, brag-worthy progress on, honestly. But I do just wanna say, like, having a book where I, like, have to first of all, it has, like, fun, motivational quotes, but having a book or some way to, like, I'm really tracking my goals really specifically, like, not just like, "Oh, I think I'm making progress," but, like, checking in every month and then, like, kind of doing the mind dig deeping and pending to-dos and all this stuff, like, it's honestly been I'm not gonna say life-changing because that's, I think, a bit extreme, um, or maybe it would feel life-changing in hindsight, but, like, it just feels so nice. It feels like it's really been able to really, like, focus and hone in on myself, even when I can see that, like, most of the goals I'm just making slow progress on, but I'm doing my best. I mean, some of them, one of them's still done. My financial goal's still done. Honestly, that's been really carrying me through that one goal at least is done. But just, trying my best and like checking in has been really nice. So I'm not sponsored, but highly recommend sticking with something because I've tried like because I have my scrapbook, I feel like kind of doing like a diary, which is more of like kind of a photo album slash diary memories kind of vibe versus like inner thoughts, which I can do in that book. So just wanted to talk about it because it felt really refreshing to do yesterday and today when I've been doing it kind of not to prepare for this video specifically, but because it's end of the month slash the beginning of the new month. It honestly feels like this month, the month of August, not this month of September, the past month of August, getting my photos ready. It kind of feels like I didn't like, I both did a lot and didn't do a lot, and that's usually how I feel when it's been a big work month. So, I've been having to do a lot of overtime for work, and it's it is what it is, but it is also really, like, exhausting, and, obviously, if I'm spending extra hours working, that means I have less hours to do, like, my hobbies or anything else, which makes logical sense because you know, although people say like, "Oh, there's more piece of the pie," like, eventually there is no more pie to give, right? Like, if there's 24 hours in a day, I only have 24 hours in a day, and if I spend 10 of them working, and 8 of them sleeping, like, we're really losing the time here. We're doing our best. I'm doing my best, to push through when I can, and I was determined to do this live stream this weekend. I was like, "We're not getting past Labor Day before and I'm not gonna have done my August live stream." Because it's important to me that I keep this up. I feel like maybe next year I'm either gonna like publicize the live streams kind of a different way. Like haven't really decided honestly if I want to keep up with live streams or not. But I told myself I was gonna do a monthly recap every month of this year, and I am doing it. Okay. Yeah. Lauren's doing it. Lauren is doing it. All right. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not gonna show a picture of this because it's my friend, but went to an improv show this month for the first time. Sorry, not an improv. I've been to improv before. I went to a musical improv show for the first time, and it was really fun. I was definitely like a little skeptical going into it because I was like, "What is this?" But oh my gosh, people are talented. What do you mean these people are just coming up with random songs on the fly? This musician, the pianist, is just playing something that he's kind of making up. And it sounds, I mean, the songs range from, songs that could be like, just you and friends, but someone still wrote it and planned it to like off Broadway level. It almost felt like people are talented. I was very, very impressed. And then also just for kicks, because around on the same day, so I think this was the third, went to like a music record store and I'm not used to the mirrored thing yet. And I did poke around to see if there was anything good. There were lots of things that were good, but there was nothing that was great enough for me to buy it with my money. But it's always fun to kind of poke around. I honestly feel like I need to make like a list of the records that I do have, especially when it comes to more classical music, because I'm like, do I have this? And then I like don't buy it, and then maybe I go home and I realize I didn't have it, and I was like, man, I could have bought this and been like super happy with it. But oh well. And then okay, just did a sanity check to make sure my audio was working. I suddenly had a paranoid fear that because the camera, I think they should be good, but I feel like I'm talking louder and it's not really affecting the volume. But oh well, I need to stop being anxious about every single thing in my life. But when the day that happens, my therapist will be out of work, and I can't do that to her. That'd be terrible. So I went to see Cosm in August, which feels like a decade ago, but it was really less than a month ago because it was on the 4th. The 4th, nothing holding up a one finger for the 4th. And basically, it's kind of an immersive, like circular venue, but it's much smaller than like the Sphere. And it has kind of more like club lounge, like bar seating, and it's very bougie. Me and my friends went to see like the Bellagio show, the Cirque du Soleil show, which I've actually seen live. I saw with my twin sister in 2022. But this was kind of like a edited, like a recording, and they had cameras different places, and you could kind of see, kind of you can be like under the water or different perspectives. I thought it was really interesting. I think some of the camera resolutions really showed on the screen because they were not all shot on the same resolution camera, especially the underwater camera was like a much lower resolution than the, regular out of the water cameras. But I still thought it was fun and definitely kind of like a quirky thing to do. I got like I did not record during the show, want to be clear, but I did take some pictures like afterwards. They had kind of like a teaser trailer vibe, and I feel like it looked pretty impressive. Focus, well, totally get. And honestly, then I like didn't really do anything that was apparently photo worthy the rest of that week because I was working. And otherwise when I'm during the week, whether I'm working or not, I have been doing my OC therapy. I don't see my psychiatrist weekly, but I do see her regularly, and I see my regular therapist. So, I'm busy doing the morning when I look terrible. So don't need that. I did, of course, go to the animal shelter because I love the animal shelter. The little guy did get adopted, thankfully. Such a sweetie. Sometimes it feels crazy to me adopted like right away versus dogs that are there for a while because obviously I think like they're all deserving of the best home ever. And it's just so exciting when one gets a home, whether it's like, I mean, I do think obviously like there's sort of pros and cons in a way. Like obviously if a dog gets adopted really quickly, you might be like, oh, well, it's unfair for those other dogs. But although I think the shelter does a really good job with the dogs, I think the sooner we can get a dog out of the shelter is the better. So they're both good situations, whether it's a dog who's been waiting a while, but they finally found their perfect home, or it's a dog right away. Like it's a win either way. Like I don't try to, in my mind, kind of pit the dogs against each other because every dog fits like a different family. And then, oh, maybe if anyone is watching this and they either have wrist problems like me with tendonitis, or they just don't have wrist problems specifically, but they like a different kind of comfort. If anyone can speak to these like ergonomic switch things, because I have a Switch and the only things I have for it are like what it came with, and I feel like it's really painful to hold like the regular after like the regular controller when you combine them after a while. I feel like it really is a lot on my poor little wrist. So I'm looking into kind of getting one that's a little more ergonomic. I love my ergonomic stuff. Like, I got my ergonomic mouse, right? So if anyone has like experience with that, let me know because I know there's lots of different options out there, but I don't know, it seems a little difficult to like trust everything that it's going to work and be like connected because it's not necessarily explicitly a Nintendo product, or sometimes things are kind of expensive and it's like, do I want to spend the money on something that kind of sucks? So yeah, if you have any like experience, let me know. And then I did also go to, I thought it was more of a, I didn't know actually. I thought it was just been kind of like a meeting, but I actually ended up going to like a rally protest for the Animation Guild, which was really cool. Basically, um, it was at IATSE like 80, but it wasn't for IATSE. We were just using their parking lot. We got permission. Not me, the guild got permission. I was just there to support the artists, the animators. And I thought it was very moving to be in such a large group of people who were all trying to fight for better rights for the animators and the production team behind creations, because I feel like a lot of people forget how much work and time that is. And just like how um, the writers and actors and the directors, got better deals because of the strikes and protesting. Like the Animation Guild, like their time is up for their contract to be over and for getting them better deals. So I'm really happy that people are like really fighting. There hasn't been a strike yet, and I think the hope definitely is to negotiate something so a strike can be avoided. But it's really nice that there are people who are really standing firm for getting better workers' rights. And of course, especially AI protections when it comes to the artwork, which I'm fully behind. I definitely believe in like regulations for AI, copyright protection, and all that good stuff. So it was very exciting to be there. It was a lot of people though. Like I was not prepared for how many people were going to be there. I wasn't like smushed or anything because people were all kind of spread out in the parking lot. But apparently it was like the largest animation rally protest type event, ever officially. Now, again, it's not like the Animation Guild, to my understanding, is incredibly old in, how it's been going forever, but it was still cool to be there and to support because although I may not be directly in animation, I definitely believe in the power of animation. And I think really like solidarity is the most important thing when it comes to protecting everyone in the creative industry. And I think we all need to support each other because, like, just because someone else is getting a right that maybe doesn't directly benefit you, like, we all rise together. So that was that. And then more dog shelter, uh, animal shelter. There are cats there and stuff. I just am dog trained. So I can't obviously say much about it, but I did also get to go this month to two different like studio lots for work for purposes I cannot disclose. But it was still really exciting because I don't usually work on like the film lot. I work like in an office. I mean, there is the screening venue that I get to go to and we do tests. So, and it's not like I sit at a desk like in your usual maybe kind of picture like Incredibles, cubicle vibe. But to actually go on like a lot was thrilling and I felt very inspired. And it was like, this is why people go into the movie biz, right? Like this is where the magic happens. And it was very exciting. I cannot lie, it was very exciting. And I was definitely living it up, killing the game. Woot woot. Okay, I'm really gonna figure out how this webcam thing works because obviously it adjusts for the white balance, which is nice, but then when I'm trying to show a picture, it doesn't understand how to focus. So maybe I definitely should have experienced with this more than before I went live, but I kind of forgot about it until like right beforehand. So we live and we learn. If anyone has webcam tips, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be going on like WikiHow, good old WikiHow. And oh, this is unrelated, but we did have this like crepe cart at work, I think as like a morale booster because everyone's working so hard. And I thought it was very cute. I thought they did a nice little, that's whipped cream. Oh God, whatever. That's whipped cream. One day I'll get used to the switcheroo of the camera. But I just thought it was nice. I mean, I did end up getting 2, but I went back, like, at the end of the 2 hours that it was there. I didn't wanna, like, be annoying and hog 2, especially if they were gonna run out of, like, supplies. So I got 1 kind of, like, close to the start and 1 at the end to be fair to everybody. And then what else did I do? Oh, yeah, along with dog helping the volunteering with the dogs at the animal shelter, I cannot talk. I also was dog sitting a bit, in August. I do also wanted to say as a disclaimer, maybe the reason I can't talk is because I did go to lunch today, and I talked to my mom for a while, and I talked to my friend for, like, 4 hours. So, it's not like I have been talking a lot today, though I did try to give myself, like, a decompressor before going live. But obviously now I'm talking again. So maybe it's just like, wow, Lauren, like I know you love to talk. My internal voice is saying this to me, but you got to relax. But luckily, again, like this month was not full of lots of outings because it was full of work. So I don't have a much to say on that front. But I was able to dog sit. I was happy to do so. Tell about my friend, and I love dogs. They were really sweet. And yeah, I mean, it's always nice I kind of felt like I was on a vacation in the sense that I wasn't staying at my apartment for the weekend, but I also was still like in LA and I still had to do a couple sort of like work things slash like I still went to the animal shelter. Like it was very strange. It was kind of like I guess what a staycation is, but it was like not quite a staycation because I wasn't staying at my apartment. But like still had my car and it was I don't know, and I was still in the same time zone. The weather was still the same, right? It was all I don't know. It was like, I don't know, the in between. I need a new word. I need like a semi staycation. Let's go with that. It was a semi staycation. And yeah, just intriguing stuff over here. Um, this puppy, by the way, the cutest. I mean, look at the ears. I love me a German Shepherd. Love me a German Shepherd puppy. I'd love me a senior German Shepherd. Literally, they're so cute. And there's so many at the Burbank Animal Shelter all the time. So go get yourself a dog. Uh, Also, let's see. Oh, it's not plugged in, but one of my coworkers is lending me this keyboard to see if I like it. It's clicky factor because I'm thinking about getting like a keyboard and I saw they're like linear, tactile, and clicky. And this is clicky, obviously, and like high pitched clicky or like high tone clicky almost. Um, it's very satisfying, but I do feel like I don't have to use it a bit more because it's fun to use. But then I feel like if I'm doing something like a lot of typing, I'm like it's still clicking. You know what I mean? But I do want like actual keys because like I just use my laptop right now. I mean, at work I have like a keyboard. I have one of the ergonomic Logitech ones, like the Wave one, which I don't think I'm looking for. Maybe my like personal setup, but I just feel like my current keyboard is not doing anything for for my typing happiness. Let's just say. Then the week later, right, like literally no photographable things happened that week after dog sitting, just working. Me and my friends, we went out to dim sum, which was very nice. And I got this cute, I thought, picture of kind of the area, Monterey Park. Again, I'm sorry that my usual photo thing is like not working the same way as usual because of the webcam. And then we got boba. I don't actually drink boba. So mine is the drink that has none of the boba ball things in it. I just got like a lemonade refresher. But it was still really good. The whole outing was really fun. I really like going for dim sum because I can't always eat a large quantity of like one kind of type of food, but I can kind of try a bunch of different things if we're all like eating together. And it was just really fun to have a big outing. I think there were 8 or 9 of us, which is just so nice to get to interact and chat with people for a few hours while we're all eating food. Just really happy. Like I feel like everyone's happy eating food. It's being coming out to you or having tea. Good times. And then the next day, I went to Aroma Coffee and Tea in LA, which I feel like I've either been to before or I'd driven past it or meant to go to it, but like couldn't get parking. And it was very good. I definitely felt it's kind of like it felt like what Starbucks like used to try to feel like. I don't think Starbucks even tries this anymore, but there were kind of like, there were some chairs inside, there were some chairs outside, there were kind of like some pictures on the wall. It was very like aesthetic, slightly academia aesthetic, but like not crazily so. And it was very cozy. I really liked it. And the food was really good. I got a muffin. We love me muffin. And I got an iced chai latte because it's summer. I mean, it's actually still summer, even though now it's September, but it was August. And it's just too hot in LA to have like a hot drink when you're like eating sort of outside, inside, door open vibe. And then this past Wednesday, I went out to dinner and I just have to highlight this lava cake because she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous and tasted delicious as well. And that's literally it. So it was really a month of working and food, which I guess every month is, there's work and there's food, but it felt like because I was so busy working, the highlights really were the food. And, that's okay. I definitely feel like it's been a month of also like I did a lot of like inner work. Again, I go to therapy a lot with this like OCD program and everything. So that does take up like my time as well. And then even though it may only be like an hour session, because the OCD program is exposure response, it's giving me a lot of stress because that's the point. You're sort of like getting habituated to stressful like situations and triggers. So I think it's just kind of been emotionally like a toll on the brain and the soul. But we're getting there. And I'm also, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to make content, relatively consistently on YouTube. I'm trying to, I caught up with my scrapbook actually the other day for the first time in forever. So we're making money moves in different places, not always at the same time, and that's okay. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to wrap up here because I feel like I really need to drink some water. All that talking's caught up with me, and I'm still paranoid that you can't hear me at all through this whole video. So we're gonna see if I'm just gonna play a little bit after the sentence and see if I can hear myself. And yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out the webcam for next time. If you watch this video live, which I saw a couple people flickering in and out, then thank you. And if you're watching it later, thank you as well. And have a great September and hope you had a good August. Bye. Meow, meow.